So this is part 2 of your human body as your natural weapon. So we talked about the spinning waddle fist or the back fist or whatever the hell you want to call it. You know, because every move for every style is changed. It is officially midnight now. But every move for every style is changed, even though the names of the kicks are the same, or the names have been changed rather to match whatever the move is you're dealing with. So that's a waddle fist. This is a spinning back fist or a spinning waddle. So it just depends on who teaches you what and what martial arts style you go from. So guys coming at you, you bat them off. You hit them with this knee and you hit them with that elbow. Fight's probably going to be done. You hit him with the elbow or you hit him with the forearm, you're going to either piss him off or damage him to the point where he's going to fade back. Then you keep going. You know, guy comes this side. Same thing. You know, knee, elbow, or forearm. Forearm's probably thicker, so you probably want him. But if you want to cut him, elbow, you know, you want to bring that shit down. So, yeah, I probably shouldn't have showed you that. But it's done now. So, knee, elbow, and you want to angle that bitch. So, when you strike him, you're getting him mostly with this. And in doing so, providing on what part of his body did you hit him, you don't want to elbow anybody in the forehead. You want to kind of catch him somewhere in here, because if you elbowed him in the forehead, you might hurt your own arm, because the forehead is the hardest bone in your body. So if you can catch them with the forearm then, this part, the meaty part, if you want to catch them in the forehead with that, you probably got a better chance. But if you're going to use your elbow, you probably want to angle that shit so that you don't break your freaking arm, or you don't like piss them off even more because you're already beating their ass when you then knee them in the gut. The thing about knees, alright, let's go there. I'm going to piss off martial artists now. I'm going to piss off a lot of martial artists, and if you don't agree with me, that's fine. But let's talk about experience versus bullshit. Alright? I have kneed people in the guts before. Not the nuts, the guts. I've been hitting the nuts by a little bastard. We were supposed to be wrestling, and he kneed me dead in my shit on purpose and left me laying on the damn ground. I'm still hunting you down, by the way. When I find you, I'm going to break you. I'm not going to reveal them your name, but your father knows who you are, because I already threatened him, which is another reason why he hasn't been back on this block. Not the father, but the asshole that kneed me in the nuts. Anyway, moving on. Getting kneed in the nuts fucking hurts, by the way. When you're going to knee someone, this is your playing field. Alright? This is the reason why I tell you this. This is your playing field. Because your central line or your chi all begins here. But I have a strong life policy, and this works. And I don't give a damn what anybody else who does martial arts tell you. This policy works. If you can't breathe, you can't hurt me. Alright? Yes, I know pressure points work. I know how to use pressure points. And you can use pressure points with elbows and knees. And anyone who tells you otherwise have never had the opportunity to do that. Which means they either had a really quick victory where they fought somebody who just can't fight, or they don't use judo, or they don't use jujitsu, where grappling and pressure points are a thing. For those who don't like pressure points, that's why I did that little thing there. But for me, I, as a child, before I learned Kempo, I learned about pressure points. So I built up a high tolerance for pressure points. So when people are grabbing me here or doing these pinch things and stuff, that shit doesn't hurt me anymore. Because I built up a tolerance for it. I know how long I can take it, which gives me time to think through my next move while they're trying to choke the shit out of me. And if they're grabbing me here, I need to know where is their immediate breaking point. They got me with a pinch here, so I got to break them off of me by trying to get their hands off me. Now, if they're both coming from this way, I got to try to find some thumbs, because your grip fingers are your pinky, your thumb, and your middle finger. Alright? Now, I'm sure there's a lot of martial artists who just gave me the finger and said, James doesn't know what he's talking about. And I'm going to politely accept your finger and tell you, yes, I do. I've been fighting since I was 6 years old. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Your grip fingers are important because they have certain calibers of strength. Your weakest grip finger is more than likely your pinkies and your middle fingers because your thumbs are the source. So if you can get a thumb, good job. But in a crisis situation, you don't have time to think about which finger you're grabbing. So just grab any one of those sons of bitches and get them off you. But if they're gripping you from there, you got options. Unless they got their knee in your back, which is what I would do if I'm grabbing you, because I'm going to put my knee in your back and I'm going to hold it. This knee is going to be in your back while I'm reaching down into your dips in here. In Kempo, they teach you everywhere there's a joint, there's a pressure point. Alright? Believe that shit. You don't have to try it, but believe that shit. Wherever there's a joint, there's a pressure point. You have 365 of them, and 250 of them can kill you. But again, I just pissed off a whole bunch of martial artists who are giving me the finger right now and saying, James doesn't know shit. That's fine. That's your opinion, and you're good to go. This fucking solar plex right here is one big fucking pressure point. So, and I knee you in that son of a bitch, you're going to fucking know it. And not only are you going to know it, you're going to double over. Because all of this is connected to your fucking lungs. And when your lungs can't grasp for air, gotcha, bitch. It's just that simple. I got you. From that point on, you're over like this. My knee's still here. Boom! I'm going to elbow the holy fucking hell out of your spine. Why your spine? Because if you can't walk, you can't hurt me as badly as when you can. And the reason why I said that, I'm going to explain that, and I'm going to piss off more martial artists. Just because a person can't walk or stand does not mean that they can't fuck you up. Don't ever underestimate somebody while they're down. Because just because they're down doesn't mean they're out. And if they're not out while they're down, they just checked off, I just became more dangerous to you. And why did they become more dangerous to me? Because a wounded animal is the most dangerous thing walking. Period. An animal that will chew off its own leg to get away from you is an animal that you probably should not fuck with in the wild. There's nothing more powerful than a wounded animal except for a mother protecting her babies. So therefore, when I knee you in that gut, I'm elbowing you in the back, and I'm going to follow it all the way down. Unless my knee is still there. If my knee is still there, I'm just going to keep elbowing you and elbowing you and elbowing you. But if I knee you and I put it down and I elbow you and you're already falling, I'm going right there on top of you. I'm going right there on top of you because I'm going to have total control of this fight. Alright? You gotta understand how fights work. When you're winning, you need to stay winning. It's just that simple. Now, I'm about to piss off some wrestlers now. So let me apologize to you wrestlers first. See, wrestling is a game of chess, chance, and checkers. Alright? And the reason I added checkers in is because, alright, at some point in the ring, the wrestlers know that the tide has to turn. Alright? In a real fight, you don't get that fucking option. But for wrestling, you know that the tides are going to have to turn. If I'm playing a heel, and for 3 weeks, I have beaten your ass, and on the 4th week, it leads up to the next pay-per-view. And at the pay-per-view, you're supposed to end the rivalry and whoop my ass. Unless we get a call from the back, which says this rivalry is hot, it's white hot, and we want it to go on for another 3 to 4 months. So, the pay-per-view, I'm supposed to win the pay-per-view. So, I win the pay-per-view because they said I'm supposed to win the pay-per-view. It's all written down in the contract. I'm supposed to win the pay-per-view. After I win the pay-per-view, you're going to attack me for the next 2 months and to the next pay-per-view. Then I'm supposed to win the pay-per-view again. And that's supposed to end it. But if we're still white hot, you're going to attack me again. And this builds drama. And this builds the show. And this makes people like me, who are fans, keep coming back for more. You see where I'm going with that? If I can keep getting your ass in that seat, I'm going to keep taking that ass whooping for the next 4 weeks until the next pay-per-view. So let's say we have a best of 10 pay-per-views, or 10 or 5 pay-per-views. Let's keep it short. The best of 3 pay-per-views. I've beaten 2 pay-per-views already. So, the last pay-per-view, you get the pay-per-view, and you whoop my ass. Pillar to post. You win the match. And now I'm angry. So what do? The cycle restarts. Now I'm hunting you down. Because I'm supposed to be a face who got his ass kicked by a heel, and now I have to come after you for the next 4 weeks till we get the pay-per-view. So at the pay-per-view, because I'm the face, it's going to be the pay-per-view of all pay-per-views. So we're going to go all the way through all the good pay-per-views, and at the last pay-per-view, which will be WrestleMania, for those who are in the WWE, it will be WrestleMania. Then I will have my WrestleMania moment, and it will end the entire rivalry at the end. We'll probably hug and kiss and shake hands and all that shit, and do all that. I know you're thinking, that has nothing to do with this martial art video, and you would be incorrect. Because wrestlers are some of the best martial artists in the world, because martial arts is in everything in life. You just don't know it because you're not a martial artist. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. If I knee you, and I'm still holding you here, I'm going to keep elbowing you until I can't. Or until you get me the hell off you. But if I knee you, and I drop you, I'm going to fall down on top of you to make sure that I maintain control of the fight. Because if I don't get you to where I can either knock you out or totally immobilize you, you're damn sure going to get up and whoop my ass. Because that's just how reality works. Now, reality is a funny thing. See, in the movies, I could be the greatest fighter on earth. And in real life, go outside and get my ass beat. Fortunately, I don't have any worries on that part because I've been fighting for a long time, so I know how to take a beating and I know how to give a beating, which also brings up the concept, is it better to be stronger or tougher? And my opinion is always better to be tougher, because if you can take a beating, you can outlast the asshole that's beating your ass just long enough for you to pull out a last-second victory unless there's interference. But outside of that, the same concept over here. If you're coming at me and I boom knee you and then I drive this in, if my knee's not holding you, when you go down, I'm going down. I also say that a lot for people who throw these kicks. There's no room in here, so I had to modify that shit. So if you're throwing that kick and I block that shit, I'm going to sweep your foot. Or if I catch it, I'm going to sweep your foot. And when I sweep your foot, I'm coming down with this elbow into your testicles. Why your testicles? Because I shouldn't be fighting a chick to begin with. But if I'm fighting a dude, you have an automatic reflex when you get hit in your testicles that you automatically bend over. So I'm going to either hit you in your solar plexus after your testicles, or I'm going to hit you in the throat. Because I need you to not hurt me. So therefore, if I elbow you in the testicles and you set up and I crack you, I'm hoping to do one of two things. Knock you the fuck out, or knock you silly enough that I can get up and hold you down or put you into some kind of submission to make you stop and beg me to let you go. Now, I will tell you, I have a small story, so this is going to be a 3-parter. So I'm going to stop this video now so I can go into the small story, because this video is 13 minutes long and it's past midnight. Thanks for watching. I'm going to give you a part 3, don't worry. And that'll be the last video for tonight.